Here is a not so short video about how to repurpose your old content. It does require a bit of explaining, so stick with me, I promise it'll be worth it. But before we continue, please head on over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. You can also set up alerts so that you can be notified of any new videos as they are loaded. So to start, let's have a quick look at what macro content and micro content is, and also what the difference is between repurposing and multiplying your content, and why this example specifically is seen as repurposing your content. Macro content is generally something that is shared in the digital space, and for lack of a better word, it's something that's big, hence the word macro. This could be a blog post, an article, a big infographic, newsletters, instructional videos, and so on. Macro content usually consists of more than one point or message that you want to relay to your reader. And here's where micro content comes in. So micro content is, you guessed it, something you share in the digital space that is small. And it generally is quite short and has one single message that you want to share. Now, when you create your content, especially when it comes to multiplying and repurposing your content, it really helps to create macro content that is made up of micro content. Effectively, one big piece that has an overarching theme or topic that you can break up into smaller bits of information that each have their own message. Let's quickly go back to the difference between repurposing your content and multiplying your content. The basic way to explain it is you repurpose content that you have already shared in the past, and you multiply content that you haven't shared yet. In both instances, you can make use of macro content and break that up into smaller pieces of content. Or you can keep the message, but just change the format. If you want to read a little bit more about how these two concepts worked, have a look at my website. There's a post called 2 Easy Hacks for Consistently Creating Quality Content that explains this whole concept in depth. So let's get to the example of repurposing content. This example is about repurposing content because I have shared this blog post in the past. I am now simply going to break this up into smaller pieces of content that I can share. For this example, we're going to use this blog post that I wrote back in 2021. The name even lends itself to the concept of repurposing. This post is considered macro content that consists of micro content because, as you can see, it can be broken up into smaller sections, each with its own message. Let's copy and paste the content into a document so we can edit it and move things around as we need. Generally, I like to make use of Google Docs because your content is stored in the cloud, which means that you can access it from any device that has access to the internet. And now we're going to go through the post to see where we can make changes to create smaller pieces of content. This usually starts by having a look at different subheadings in the piece and seeing how well that content would work as a standalone post. For example, in this paragraph, we only need to make some minor edits like deleting the first 2 sentences and adding a heading that encompasses what the post is all about, such as why you should consider visibility when choosing your name, logo, and brand colors. Now we also need to think about how this section here is going to be included in the copy. You could opt to exclude it because what you have is already great, or if you want to add it, you could say something like, this doesn't however mean that you are limited in terms of the colors that you choose, and then update this sentence here to make it flow correctly. And there you have it, a piece of micro content that serves as a standalone post. Now, all you just have to do is go through the rest of the blog and do the same with the other sections. Basically, what you're looking for is the message that the section conveys, and then you edit the text accordingly. What's more, you're also not limited to only sharing these pieces of micro content as text either. They could be short video clips or an infographic or a PDF downloadable or a series of podcast topics if you want to use it for that. The point that I'm trying to make is that you can use your content to create content. If what you shared a while back is still relevant to your target market, there is no reason why you can't use it again. So I hope you have found this video informative, and as always, please do not hesitate to reach out if you would like to discuss your content or your digital marketing activities in more detail.